The advice I'm about to share with you is literally worth $484,528. And if you apply it, it has the potential to make you insanely productive and profitable. The only catch is this video is going to take you about 5 or 6 minutes to watch. So unless you think there's something better that you can see on TikTok today, stick around, you'll be glad you did. The advice itself comes in the form of a true story. So, in 1918, the head of a huge steel corporation called Bethlehem Steel was a man called Charles M. Schwab, a remarkable businessman, always looking for an edge on his competitors. Now, he wanted to improve his productivity, so he called for a renowned productivity consultant called Ivy Lee, and he said, "Help me to be more profitable and productive in business." Ivy Lee said, "I would like to meet for 15 minutes with each of your executives." Schwab said, "How much will this cost?" And Ivy Lee said, "Nothing. I only want to be paid what it's worth. So do this advice for 3 months and then pay me whatever you think it's worth." So Schwab sent in all of his executives one by one to meet Ivy Lee. And this is what Ivy Lee told each of them. He said, "At the end of every day, I want you to write down the 6 most important tasks that need to be done the following day. Then I want you to prioritize those tasks in order of importance. When you come in the next day, you are going to start working on task 1 until it is completed. You will not move on to task 2 until the first task is done. At the end of the day, if any of the tasks that you had are not finished, they get rolled on to tomorrow's task sheet. Do this for 3 months." At the end of 3 months, Schwab called Ivy Lee back into his office and wrote him out a check for $25,000. Now, that's good in today's money, but that was 1918. In today's money, that is $484,258.15. Why did Schwab pay that much? He would later say, "This was the most profitable piece of advice I received in my entire business career." Now you've got that $500,000 advice, you can either go off and do it or just stick around for a couple more minutes while I explain to you just why it's so powerful. So there are 3 reasons this advice is so good. The first is it causes you to make the tough decisions. Frequently, we spend our time on less productive activities because there are other activities which we don't want to do even though we're aware they're important. By putting them on a priority list, it forces you to address the most important task. And imagine, even if you don't relish it, what would it be like to have it done? What would that add to your life right now? The second reason is it gets you started. Most days waste a huge amount of time, people do, in thinking, what do I do? I could do a bit of this, I could do a bit of that. And that wastes productivity. So just having things in a list will every day mean you can walk in to work and hit the ground running. The third reason this advice is so effective, and to me this is the most important, is it causes you to focus your energy on one single task. People today, they talk about multitasking. I heard a brilliant definition of multitasking. It is screwing multiple things up at the same time. Being busy is not being productive. Now just think this through. This is the last thing here. If you had 6 things that could be done and you spent your day working a little bit on each one of them, how long would it take until all 6 of them were accomplished? Quite a while. And until they're accomplished, none of them make you productive. But if you took one of them, worked all your way until it was completed, that would make you slightly more productive. So it's better to take one task at a time, starting with the most important, getting it done because it will add to your productivity and you will feel that you are growing. So how do you feel about this $500,000 advice? Do you already see how it's going to be beneficial to you? Well, can I ask you to do one other thing? Obviously save this video by pressing the little banner at the bottom, but can you share it with someone? one of your friends to help them become more productive too. And you do that by pressing the little arrow symbol in the bottom right corner of your phone and then selecting a friend to send it to. I wish you great success in whatever you do.